It is Schwartz out front with the 130 of Sigler and the 237 of Ramella in second and third. So that's the battle for second overall in this championship.
Also, a reminder for you guys, and we were talking about it yesterday, if you guys are done for the weekend and your races have come to an end, please be sure you're returning your transponders. Please be sure to return your transponders.
And also, when those third motos are complete, you can pick up your award 30 minutes after the results are posted. The time you can pick up your award will be on the results sheet that is posted. It's a great shot there on the overstockvehicles.com live feed as Schwartz was heading up to number 5. Just how much you use your lower body to control that bike, where you weight that peg in the corners, standing up, going around that corner. You could totally tell he was digging that left knee into the side of that bike to keep it tracking to the right.
It's funny you say that, Chris. I was talking with Taylor Muto. He works for the Bar X Suzuki team. And we talk about Dill Dog Dylan Schwartz, and you look at him, and he looks effortless on the bike, where he's almost looking like, that he's going so slow. But as you could tell yesterday, we checked out the lap times, 1 second off the pro race of Jet Lawrence. So, like you said, effortless on the bike.
Yeah, doesn't look like he's using a whole lot of energy out there, but he is really controlling that bike, putting it where he wants to put it, but not out of control at all. He's riding that Suzuki smooth as butter.
All right, so Schwartz opening it up. About a 4-second lead here over Matthew Sigler.
Yeah,
Exilio Romello, Bronson McClure, your 4 spot, and Bryce Hammond, your top 5, Chris.
Ramella putting a push on there through the rhythm section over 5 and able to rail around that outside and make his way to the inside line, heading up to number 7, making the pass on Sigler.
I think if it wasn't for, obviously, Schwartz in this class, I think we would see who the real, another champion would be, and that would be Exilio Romello. He's consistently really been in our top 5, even top 3 in any given race. Ooh. Wow, came up way short, was the number 130, so he's going to drop back quite a bit. That's going to be Matthew Sigler, as Romello had already made his way around him and tries to hunt down our leader, which has not been seen all weekend long. This guy has literally gotten hole shot after hole shot and has just stacked a bunch of 1s and W's here all weekend long, and that's Dylan Schwartz right there, the Bar X Suzuki machine.
Getting a view here of the battle between the 553 of Bryce Hammond, trying to track down, I believe that is Bronson McClure. But it's Max Lee chasing down Hammond. Max Lee skying the triple, the number 9 jump here at Arizona Cycle Park, getting past Bryce Hammond, who was only able to double up. So if you're able to hit number 9 clean and the guy next to you isn't, chances are you're going to be making that pass once you reach the top. A little bit of follow the leader going on here over jump number 1. Maybe still trying to search out some of those new lines in this track, as this is about the 6th moto of the day, 7th moto of the day. But Max Lee trying to track down the number 52 of Bronson McClure, and we just might have him through this rhythm section. Both of them able to triple out. This is where Max Lee made that pass on Hammond the previous lap, but not this time. That point and shoot just isn't going to carry enough speed to beat Hammond or beat McClure to that inside line.
Saw that little look over, but there's Max Lee. Oh, trying to capitalize, but he gets the uphill double or triple. Chris Vancers, you know as well as I do around this track, this place, you could pass anywhere. It's not a one-line track. We've seen it today. Dog Dylan Schwartz. We've seen DJ Weber and Max Lee right now. Running a 5.55 currently, so let's see if he can get this 4th spot.
Yeah, there's multiple lines out here, going outside in, inside out, places to carry speed where maybe the inside line's a little slower, but that outside line you can just rail around. Right now the track's in great shape for carrying that momentum. And then we got the pros coming up next, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of lines they cut in for the following motos.
Pros coming up next. The track is all time right now. There's ruts. There's good lines out there. The track water is perfect.
Yeah, McClure's putting up a pretty good fight here to hold Max Lee behind him. We'll see. Now we'll see if Lee carries that speed around the outside rather than kind of pivots. No, I think he almost stops in that corner. He almost has to enter in a little earlier and just carry that momentum. Been watching this battle between Max Lee and Bronson McClure. We got Dylan Schwartz coming up, grab that checkered flag and head over to the podium to collect another hat, another cactus for his mantle.
All right, Chris, thank you. We were so into watching Max Lee and McCura in that 4th and 5th spot. Dylan, you're just Too boring, man. You were just so smooth out there. Honest to God, that was probably by far the fastest I've seen you look.
Yeah, I'm just starting to get more comfortable on this bike, and it's just going to take time, and I'm just going to keep getting faster.
Talk about coming into the finish line section where you're doing some kind of cool manual.
Yeah, that jump is pretty small and steep, so that's just a way to get over it without undoing.
All right, you got some people you want to thank?
Yeah, the whole BarX Motorsports, Chaparral, Factory Suzuki team, Fly, CD, Monster, WD-40, FMF, Pirelli, Twisted Development, my mechanic Caden, my family, my sister, everyone that supports my team, and myself. Thank you.
Well, let's get Austin White up here. Austin cracking, popping. Man, you like the trophy this year?
Yeah.
Number one. Ladies and gentlemen, right here, your 250B champion, Dog Dylan Schwartz.
Barry said he'd win both motos today. Monster hole shot by Derek Drake. It looked like he didn't even have to slow down in that corner. He just leaned it over, the bike stuck, and he just kept the throttle on, grabs the whole shot in this Pro Sport moto. Shimoda there in third, but it's the 580, the 505 of McClellan Heil.
Wow, Slater Colby in that fourth spot. Looking good on that overstockvehicles.com Blue Crew Yamaha. Here we go. There he is, Jet Lawrence on the 49 bike coming through the pack. Didn't get the start, he knows, but I'll tell you who did get a start. That is Double D Derek Drake out in front, looking good in that Troy Lee gear. We were just talking about how cool that stuff looks. Lawrence rocking that shift gear. Looks like it's just the 2019 stuff.
He's
looks
Australian, but with that X on the side of his Fox helmet, almost looks like a English flag there.
Aussie mate. So Derek Drake out in front, smoking Joe Shimoda in that second spot. Jet Lawrence on the 49 in third. McLean Heil on the 505, Bar X Suzuki. Slater Colby in that fifth spot. Dylan Bullinger on the 232 in sixth. Tyler Ducray on the 671 in seventh. Kyle Greason on the 200 bike in eighth. Austin Kozad, the 138, better start this time in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Hayden Cole on the 183.
Yeah, Jet Lawrence, and some of these overstockvehicles.com live feed, you can see he has Joe Shimoda in sight, just really not close enough yet to do anything, but a lot of laps to go, a lot of time left in this moto. My guess is Jet Lawrence is going to close that gap, but it's one thing to catch Shimoda, it's another thing to pass him.
Well, Chris Vancers, looking at the overall class results for your 250A Pro Sport. So far, Derek Drake winning the first moto yesterday, out there doing it again. Smoking Joe Shimoda was fourth and second in this moto. And Jet Lawrence with a 2-3. So not too bad. Darren Colby, the owner of OverstockVehicles.com, Slater's dad. Do you know Slater had a twin brother? Yeah, you would, because I couldn't tell them both apart, too. They were that. Slater on that Blue Crew Yamaha. Out in front with that Dayglow 1980s Troy Lee gear, Derek Drake looking good in that stuff. Speaking of looking good, right here, the 25, Slater Colby on our main screen. Good to see Slater getting better starts there, Chris Vancers.
Here we go. Jet Lawrence is closing the gap on Joe Shimoda for that battle for seconds. Derek Drake out front in control. But it's going to be, I think, come down to this second place battle between these teammates. Now, high-angle drone shots giving us a good idea of the lead that Derek Drake has over Shimoda and Lawrence. Lawrence still got a little bit of work to do to really latch onto the rear wheel of Shimoda, to try and pressure him into a mistake or find that opening to push his way through to second place.
All right, so Drake fast approaching the flag stand now to complete another lap here in our 20-minute 250 CCA Pro Sport final, third moto for these riders.
We're seeing Jet Lawrence looks to be a little bit quicker than Shimoda because he closed that gap. It's catching up to him, but I'm not quite sure or quite see where Lawrence is making up that time, and Shimoda, I don't know if a little bit of a yo-yo where Shimoda's faster in one section.
All right, again, a reminder, race 21 down on the line. After race 21 will be our vet race. Again, that's our senior plus 50 and our 30 vet plus riders. So again, you guys will follow race 21. You must be down in staging now. All senior plus, that's our 50 plus riders, and 30 vet plus riders. You must be in staging now as you guys will follow after race 21. Again, race 21 is already in the gate. You must be in staging now. All senior plus 50 riders and 30 plus vet riders in staging immediately. All right, so lap traffic looks like kind of coming into play here as Jet's going to try to dive underneath, and he does. Oh, just gives him a little wheel tap, lets him know he's there. So again, it's Double D, Joe Shimoda in second, Jet Lawrence. That's really kind of the battle on the track right now between those two riders, the teammates here for the Amsoil Factory Honda machine, the 47 and the 49.
Does it look like Lawrence and Shimoda here are starting to push each other, catch up to Derek Drake?
I thought so. It kind of looked that way to me when I looked after that, about the second lap. It looked like they've started to close in since that point. So Lawrence pushing our buddy Joe Shimoda to the tail end here of our leader, Derek Drake, the 33 machine out in front.
I think Shimoda's efforts to try and keep Lawrence behind him is pulling him right up to the rear wheel of Drake. Still a little ways to go, but at this pace, we may have a battle here the last couple laps.
Wow. What a shot here.
Yeah, he did not lose any time. He just kind of shot through the middle there as those two lappers were in their own battle.
And if it wasn't with the drone footage that we have, we would not even get that angle or perspective. So we want to thank Overstockvehicles.com for bringing us a live feed from down here at the AZ Open.
Yeah, Derek Drake is right there. Shimoda, I think, is starting to wick it up a bit to try and get right up into challenge Drake for this lead.